8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, testing, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Ollie, oxen free. LA, are you there? Present. She's here. Great. What a wonderful sound check. And I say to myself, what a wonderful sound check. And I say to myself, what a wonderful sound check. Oh, yeah. I have a list of things to do. Well, let me put that right here. Sound check is good. And before 5,000 people come into the live stream today, I can go and put the title in today's video. I am glad I have a list of things on here. So let me see. That's for December 1st. I want to go to the correct one. December 25th. No, November 25th. And let me put in here Styrofoam cups. And y'all, I keep forgetting to install Grammarly in here. Styrofoam. Styrophome. How am I to know if I'm spelling this correctly or not? Styrofoam cups. Why do styrofoam Styrophome cups leak? And who invented? Alright, so I have the title in here. I just need to save it. 1, 2, and go. Look, styrofoam cups might be spelled wrong in the title. For some reason, it's not underlining anything. Maybe it's not underlining anything because I actually spelled it correctly. So let me type it in to see. I opened up a Google tab. Styrophome. Shut the front and the back door. You mean to tell me I spelled something right on the first try? It's a wonderful world. Good morning to you. Great morning to you. High five. What's going on, Big Papa? How you doing today? I'm checking right here to make sure I spelled the title right. Styro. Stryo. I spelled styrofoam wrong, and my computer didn't even underline the word to tell me it was wrong. Have me up here on live YouTube looking crazy. What's new? Styrofoam. Styrofoam is spelled that way according to the computer. Thank you for coming in. This is the sound check portion. My sound check part actually went by really fast. Usually it takes me 5 to almost up to 10 minutes to get things correct. This time the music set up, the sound came in clear, and so now I'm up here spell checking styrofoam. Stryofom, because I'm putting the title. I'm putting the title in. Well, I'm giving this video a title. Okay, I could take these off now. Hang them up right there. Woo! All right. I know. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. What is that? So testing. T minus 10, 9, 8. Turkey sandwich. Whew, great. So I have my cereal, I have my tea, I have my water, and the topic of discussion is styrofoam cups. And I have my clipboard because I may have a lot of stuff to talk about. So let me put this in here. Now, yesterday I was saying, to me it feels like it is Thanksgiving. You know, when I was born, they weren't tinkering around with changing the dates on, to me, don't seem like they weren't tinkering around too much changing the dates on holidays. So in my mind, for whatever reason, I always still think that Thanksgiving is on the 24th. Nonetheless, how about let's just celebrate it all week for those of you who do. So let me put in here Styrofoam cups. And watch me spell it wrong again, girl. Styrofam cups. Why do they leak? And who invented them? I wrote it down. I am officially ready. I had to high five myself. Yes, indeed. I had to high five myself. Thank you so much for your charitable contribution. Oh, man. I didn't do the survey yet. I'm quite sure an idea will come to me. Right now, I'm just rolling with it like Blade. You're not going to be able to roll with this. In reference to the styrofoam cups, guys, do you remember going to the gas station and filling up your styrofoam cup with like an orange drink or like a cola? Or some of y'all would even get iced tea. Hello, welcome in from Australia. How are you doing today? For me, the time is a glorious 5:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I know this time is already going by fast to me, and I just pushed start. And in addition to that, I had a good sound check. So I'm already having a good day. I have plans. I have more plans for this holiday week. Because you guys, Stranger Things, shoot, that's what I should have been talking about. Stranger Things is coming on tomorrow. Are y'all ready? Stranger Things season finale is getting ready to come on tomorrow. So before I get right into the subject, let me do a brief reminder to let all my cool people know about Stranger Things. Stranger Things is coming out tomorrow. Stranger Things. THING is coming out tomorrow. I'm dropping my things. Yes, Volume 1 of Stranger Things, Season 5 is being released tomorrow. Wednesday, November 26, 2025, guys. Are you ready? I am ready. The first 4 episodes will be available to stream on Netflix at 5 p.m. Pacific Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I have to wait all the way till the nighttime. Y'all, I have to wait till the sunset before I can even watch Stranger Things, the new ones. And it says here, with subsequent volumes releasing in December. What to expect? The first volume will be released tomorrow and include the first 4 episodes. Yes, I am so here for it. Let me fix that. Come on, computer. You've been doing rather well this time. I remember what else I'm supposed to do, so let me put this in here as well. Let me put a cow in here, COW, and let me find my coffee cup. Oh, coffee sounds so good right now. I'm going to have that later as a reward. COFFEE, coffee, and put the sun right there. SUN. Oh, I hope the sun show up for you guys like it's showing up for me. Moo Morning to all of Moo. Hey, what's going on? You brought snacks. You have a pretzel? Well, I have cereal and a couple of different beverages to drink. I have water and I have tea. Now let me put a heart in here. I remember right in mid-sentence while I was talking about Stranger Things, I remember what I was supposed to be typing in here. So let me put this in here, most importantly. And let me put that face in there. I found it. Bam. That's what I forgot to do. First and foremost, and pin it to the top. There we go. Everything's set up. Favorite pasta shape. Oh boy. And now on my good morning. Thank you for coming in. Welcome to Morning Moo. And on my computer, not on my computer, I just posted up, pinned a message on my laptop. And now I am going to fill in this pop-up questionnaire on my Android. Yes. So let me type in the question. Are you ready for Stranger Things? Are you ready for the new episodes of Stranger Things? Let me see if it will let me fit all of these words in here. Excuse me. Are you ready for the new episodes of Stranger Things? Oh, an alien. Okay, let me type it in. Are you ready for the new episodes of Stranger Things? There we go. Stranger Things. I got new features yesterday on my live stream and I tried them out. They didn't well, so perhaps at the end I can do it. I'm using this new feature now, so are you ready for the new episode of Stranger Things? And then it's going to pop up on here. This is really cool. Yes. So as I was saying yesterday, I got new features on my live stream, like these filters and stuff. And the filter I was trying to use it was called Big Head. And it was supposed to make my head really big, like like this guy right here, but it didn't work. It glitched and it made me go like, yeah, but it made everybody laugh. So that was funny. So that's up there. Oh, so happy. I'm so happy. Wow, everything's moving really great this morning. Confetti, 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 confetti. Everything's working out for me this morning. Like on the technical, I want to say shouts out to AI and all the technological devices that I'm currently using this morning on the Morning Moo. Everything's working very smoothly. High five to all my technology. Yes. Ooh. All right. Moving forward. Yes, Volume 1 of Stranger Things Season 5 is being released tomorrow, Wednesday, November 26th, the day before Turkey Day. So we'll all have something to keep us entertained until it's time to eat, if you guys are doing that. What to expect? The first volume will be released tomorrow and include the first 4 episodes. Release time: episode 5 will drop at 5 p.m. Pacific time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Later releases: volume 2, 3 episodes will be released on December 25th, 2025. And volume 3, the finale of Stranger Things, will air on December 31st, 2025. I look forward to this. What a way to roll into the New Year's with a sci-fi season. Well, not a season finale, the finale. With a sci-fi finale. I am so looking forward to this. I didn't think Stranger Things was going to make it because they had so many setbacks. And here we are. My cool peeps and I actually talked about this together months ago. Was it at least, heck, to me it seems like almost 6 months ago we talked about this, and here we are. the show is approaching tomorrow. We're gonna have snacks and stuff like chocolate chip cookies and stuff to eat while it's on. I'm really happy. So tomorrow is Wednesday. It's the intentionally very long live stream show with Baskethead. After Baskethead is done, it's gonna be all about Stranger Things, y'all. What's going on, Oliver Smith? Thank you for coming in. How you doing today? So I'm informing all you cool peeps about Stranger Things. We all gathered around the bonfire and talked about this on Morning Moo, or it was either Morning Moo or my Freestyle Thursdays. We talked about Chicken Run together that same day, and we talked about Stranger Things. Stranger Things, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Yes, Oliver, Baskethead. So after I finish watching Baskethead tomorrow, I'm going to switch gears and we're going to watch, my family and I are going to watch some Stranger Things as a prep. We've been watching Stranger Things, but as a prep for the release for tomorrow. You guys, you might get it at it says here, Volume 1 of Stranger Things for you guys, it's going to come on at 5 p.m. Specific time, PT time. So Woo, that's hot. Ah! You ever go, okay, for those of you who go to like cafes or whatever, or Starbucks, heck, even McDonald's, or I was about to say Dolly Parton. Shouts out to Dolly Parton. To Dunkin' Donuts. You get coffee or tea, and you sit there, you get you a booth, you dine in, you take the lid off, and you, which seems like for hours on end, and you let all the steam come up from the drink, and you take that first sip thinking that it's cool, and then you be like, how do you publicly handle that situation without looking like a wild beast in the restaurant, scaring the people because you accidentally drank the drink and it was still too hot? Hey LA, I'm good, thanks. You went surfing. I surfed, worked out, spent the day in the sun, and worked this afternoon and evening. High five. Here comes little man. He don't never like to mind his business. We've got man talk here. Man talk. Oliver Smith said, hey LA, I'm good, thanks. I've surfed, worked out, spent the day in the sun and worked this afternoon and evening. Likewise, my friend, likewise. You did not go surfing. Well, I actually did. My neighbors, they have this really killer aquarium, and they let me just take my board and hop into their aquarium and catch some waves. Is that why you be coming in all times tonight looking exhausted? You be over there. You learn something new every day. So Oliver, if you didn't tell us what you did for your day, we wouldn't have learned that this guy be going to my neighbor's house next door, surfing in their giant aquarium. I'll roll. I don't want to hear it. LA, sometimes men need to talk amongst the men. Shut up. Oh, y'all, my help. Good help is so hard to find. Good help is so hard to find. And they're locked into a 20-year contract with me. Ain't no way I'm going to be able to let them go. I'll have to check the aquarium circuit. I'll have to check the aquarium surfing scene. Exactly. Thank you for coming in, and I'm glad you had a good day. It sounds like a peaceful day. Wow. Surfing looks fun. To me, it actually seems more safe than skateboarding. I wanted to pick up skateboarding when I was young, like in high school, because one of my older sisters, I have tons of sisters. So one of my older sisters, she acquired a skateboard because she was influenced by skateboarding. I don't think she was able to successfully pull it off. And at that time, I was so young, I don't even think I had the gall to understand how to ask questions like that. Like, was she good at it or not? But when she transitioned from high school and started working, she left her roller skates and her skateboard on our porch. So I would try to skateboard, but I was so scared that I was going to hurt myself. That's what made me worry. Then I didn't have helmet, I didn't have knee pads, elbow pads, and all that stuff neither. I'm not sure if I was more worried about me hurting myself or the repercussion of what my dad would say if I hurt myself. So I really wasn't doing much on the skateboard, but only standing on it, imagining and hoping that I could do it. Yeah, so you said, it's safer. The water isn't as hard as the cement. Hello. So at the finer age of life that I have graduated to, thankfully, I feel safe picking up surfing before skateboarding, and I will still put on my roller skates. I haven't roller skated in ages, but surfing and roller skating seem by far the best and most safest pastimes. That's cool. Let me see if I have some surfboards in the chat. SURF. If I don't have any surfboards, I'll at least put up some waves. Now I have some surf images up here. I hope they translate over to my Android phone and don't show up as tiny boxes. They show up on my computer. Look it did it. So that's surfing. Those are surfer people. I did it. Let's go, computer. As I was saying before you arrived into the live stream today, I had to give a personal shout out to all my electronic devices because they have been working together as one today. And it's been a relief. My sound check went superb. It didn't even take over a minute. It probably took under a minute to do my sound check. The music synced up right at the right volume. I didn't have any glitches. Hang on, I have a text message. Yay! Let me respond to my text message. There, and respond. I hope that's sent. Okay, cool. Yes, behold, modern day technology. So that's a big relief. It's got me feeling like it's already my Friday. My Friday is actually on the Thursday because your boy, back by popular demand, Hercules the Shark, takes over for me. So technically, I'm not here that much. And now that we have Basket Head here, I don't have to work as much as I used to. We are hiring a fine staff of people here. On the Elay TV platform, we have Basket Head, Hercules the Shark, these guys who are supposed to be making the pancakes, but they're still sleeping in their sleeping bags on the floor. I think they've gotten too comfortable knowing that I'm not getting rid of them. They're not going anywhere. Moving forward. Yes, shouts out to the electronics and shouts out to the cows. What a way to roll into the cows in the chats of it all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here that have not been acknowledged on planet Earth. It is time for Cows in the Chats. Cows in the Chats is a portion of time where we celebrate cows and apologize to them. In this time, I will sing a Cows in the Chat song where I put cows in the chats. You can put cows in the chats, animal emojis in the chats, and or your favorite emojis in general. While I sing a little song that goes like this. Harmonica, please. Thank you. Ooh, Cows in the chat, cows in the chat, moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. This is a time where we celebrate calls in the chat. Yes, get up out of your sleeping bags and start those pancakes, Oliver said. Now get to the kitchen because we are on the cows in the chat segment. We're putting cows in the chat. And we are celebrating the precious cows, aka what? Bovine. Shoo moo moo. Moo moo. Moo moo moo. Bovine. Moo moo. Hey moo moo. Moo moo moo. Celebrating cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Calls in the chat. We like cows here on Elay TV and animals in general, but we want to say from our three stomachs, we are utterly sorry that the NASA people, aka the science people, and the government people have placed global warming and the alleged impending doom of the plight of the world on you. I guess they ran out of people to blame. And so now they're placing the blame on Moo. It is a sad shame. Yes, a boo. We are calling you out, NASA people, for placing the blame of global warming and the alleged impending doom on these precious cows, aka bovines. We know you up there in your laboratory messing up everything, having too much fun, and we're paying for it. So as a peace offering, until I get my wacko's wish, can y'all please give us a unicorn? Please, a unicorn as a peace offering to say, on the behest of NASA, we want to apologize for messing up this beautiful planet Earth with all of our foolery. Here's a peace offering, a precious unicorn, a whole bunch of unicorns, and we'll gladly take care of them. We already have a squad here set up. We have our ninjas here, brought to you by Oliver Smith. He hired like a fleet of ninjas. We are on deck. We have our ninja costumes here, and we're ready to do karate on whoever is going to attack these precious unicorns. So we're ready. We are here to protect the precious unicorns and our karate suits or ninja suits to combat Voldemort. Because you know he's still alive. Voldemort from Harry Potter, he passed away in the magic land, and magic never dies. So in my mind, Voldemort is still alive. So we will protect the unicorns from him. And another thing while you're at it, NASA, I have another request, which I'm typing up right now. STRAW. We need the strawberry cows. What else do y'all want NASA to bring? As I roll my eyes, because NASA is taking forever to give us our wacko's wish. They're giving us everything else under the sun. Let's have strawberry cows as well. Right? Unicorns and the ninjas are riding on turtles as we slowly proceed to the front line of the battlefield in unison to protect these unicorns. If anything, we'll have a unicorn on our sacred lands. Everybody who is subscribed to Elay TV gets a piece of sacred land so they can own a unicorn. See, only cool people get the luxuries of a unicorn. Who else is giving out unicorns by way of NASA? We have the NASA connection here on Elay TV. All my cool peeps and I have personal access to NASA. We are also asking for strawberry cows. I want to thank you guys so much for participating in the cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Calls in the chat segment. Where all are welcome, including artificial intelligence, because we are all in this together, except for the aliens. Yes, y'all are here with us voluntarily, but y'all can just leave. So technically, we are all in this planet Earth thing together, but the aliens, y'all can just leave us when y'all want to. But for now, we're all in this together. So we might as well make the most of it. Making the most of it, a gentle reminder that Stranger Things Volume 1 of Stranger Things Season 5 is being released tomorrow, Wednesday, November 26, 2025. The first 4 episodes will be available to stream on Netflix at 5 p.m. PT time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with subsequent volumes releasing in December. Let's go, Stranger Things. Oh, something, dun dun. Oh, dun 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 dun. Oh, dun 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 dun. Okay, I'm mashing up 2 songs, but they sound the same at certain points in time. Let me take a small pause, take a sip of tea, breathe, and get ready and to roll into the topic at hand. Alright, topic at hand. And the topic is styrofoam cups. And why do they leak? What's the point in having a cup if it's gonna leak? Shouts out to the leaky cauldron from the Harry Potter saga and or series. Good morning to you. Welcome in. That's a cool name. Excuse me. Let me I feel a little underdressed. It is the morning time, right? It for me, y'all, it's 5:32 a.m. and it's feeling like my Friday, which is Thursday, which is a good thing, because technically my work week is kinda over. And it only just begun. Dun, dun. Meow, meow, meow. We've only just begun. Stop singing that song. Well then. It's 5:30 where you are in Florida. Well, welcome in from Florida. We aren't too far away. Howdy to you. That's excellent. Hey, you silly. I'm not that. Thank you guys for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And we're all having a good time here. Having a good time. It's just right now. It's just right. Y'all, they're running a marathon. Why is my camera so dark? Let me try that. They're running the Star Wars marathon. Is that on TNT? It's either on TNT or AMC. I'm thinking, heck, I don't remember. It's either TNT, AMC, or FX. One of those platforms, they're streaming currently on Star Wars. It's 6:33 p.m. where you are. Wow. So, are you going to be watching Stranger Things tomorrow? So that's going to put you in the PT time frame. Right. Yeah. Cool. Yes. Yeah. So right now I don't know what they're currently playing, but that's what's on. Thank you guys so much. Let me go on to the topic at hand, styrofoam cups, and why do they leak? I'm bringing Star Wars, the Clone Wars series. It's so many Star Wars now, especially now that Disney has taken it over. There's so many, like, what do you call it? I call them 3D because they're not animated. They're like, you know how Toy Story is not a cartoon, it's a... I used to know the term for that. It's definitely not an animation. It's not a cartoon, but that's what some of the Star Wars have turned into, like 3D shows or what have you. So styrofoam. Let me get this set up. Styrofoam cups. Why do styrofoam cups leak? 3D animation. That's the only thing I can think of. I thought it was another more complex term for it. let me look it up. What is the correct term used? Style of on Toy Story. Let me see here. I'm looking it up right now because when Toy Story first started, they kept throwing it around. The correct term is computer generated imagery, CGI. That's what it's technically called, or 3D animation. Yes, you're correct. So I was brought up calling it CGI. CGI, but it's the same thing, tomato. So I just learned something today as well. So the correct term is computer generated imagery, CGI, or 3D animation. As Toy Story was the first feature-length film created entirely using this technique. So we have Star Wars that are CGI'd or 3D now, so there's various forms of Star Wars that you can watch. The human one, like us, the 3D one, the cartoon one, which will be do they have an animated one as well? Moving forward, I am looking up this styrofoam cup thingy. Why do styrofoam cups leak? Let me type this in. And thank you for helping me answer that question. Perhaps it'll stay stuck in my head this time. Welcome in from the Philippines. That's what you're saying? Thank you for coming in from so far away. Why do styrofoam, STYROFOAM cups? So as I was asking, because it was kind of too early to start, now I'm actually starting. High five. Bam. Thank you for coming in. You guys, and good morning to you. You guys ever go to the gas station? For some of my peeps, I'm learning that you call it the petrol station or petrol station. You guys ever go there? You get you a styrofoam cup if they still serve drinks in styrofoam. You get you the styrofoam cup. You have your coffee in there, your tea, your ice water, what have you. You get the styrofoam cup. You're carrying it from the back of the gas station to the service desk. You're thinking you're wiping the cup off at the bottom and the sides because you're thinking it's just perspiration from the cup just sweating. You go home and half your drink is gone. It's like, why am I losing my drink? I didn't even drink this much yet. Styrofoam cups leak, and I found out real time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Time is going by so fast. I had some coffee. I just froze for a minute, so I quit talking, so you didn't miss the beat. So I had some coffee about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Thank you guys for coming in. And I set the coffee down on the... No. How did this go? My husband brought me coffee that day and sat it on the table. By the time I was finished working on the computer, the coffee was on top of a napkin, and all of the coffee was empty. It leaked through. It didn't spill. It leaked through. So I filled the cup up, and sure enough, there were beads of water coming out from the bottom of my styrofoam cup, y'all. I'm like, what the H is this? It was coming out so fast. So just imagine if I was holding it in my hands and just watching TV. So that's why I wanted to bring this up today. Why do styrofoam cups leak? Because it's supposed to keep our food, our drinks hot or cold. Welcome in. Welcome to the Morning Moo. Moo to in South Carolina. It's 5:36 in South Carolina, and I got up to watch Styrofoam. Thank you for coming in. Hey, it's your sidekick. Thank you guys. You guys are awake. It is the holiday season, right? Thank you for coming in. Let me see here. What do we have here? It's the holiday season for those of you, whether you celebrate it or not, you do get some time off. So in the grand scheme of things, we get some time off for the holidays. What's going on? Welcome in, Chile. How are you doing? High five. Bam. We are rolling into a great conversation. What's going on, Spicy Burrito? I know you're having a good time off from having to do so much working. Hey, Chile. We are talking about today, why do styrofoam cups leak? And I have the answer geared up. I'm going to see if I probably don't have an actual styrofoam cup in the chat, in the emojis, but some type of cup. So I'm going to see. You said, I think it's because its structure is physically fine and the liquids can pass through its element. That's a nice, what you call it? That's a nice reasoning for that. I like that. Because they are porous, gravity. So I'm gonna compile all you guys' answers. We're gonna compile all of you guys' answers together for the win. And before I read what AI Overview has to say, it's our answer. So we have 3 wonderful answers. We have 2JN says, I think it's because its structure is physically fine and liquids can pass through its elements. Chile says because of gravity. And we've got 6050 saying because they are porous. This is it. We have one more. We've got Craig in here. Sounds like a lack of quality control from the factory that makes cups personally. I said the temperature wasn't high enough for the styrofoam beads didn't melt together. All right, with your answers combined, this is our final answer for the win. Music plays. I can't take the suspense. Read the answer, LA. Read the answer. Dog, calm down. I'm getting ready to read the I'm getting ready to read the answer. According to AI, styrofoam cups can leak because they are porous and can be physically damaged by cracks and punctures. Cracks and punctures. Thank you, thank you. Cheaper cups may have tiny gaps that allow liquids to seep through over time, especially when exposed to hot liquids or substances like acids, you don't say, and oils, which can degrade the material. So with all of our answers combined for the win, all 4 of you who I called out, thank you. The answers work because gravity takes a part of this. If the cups are cheap, they're going to have tiny gaps. Thusly, gravity will take hold, and there you go. They have pores in there, tiny pores are in there, or they could be physically cracked or damaged beyond what the eye can see, or cheaply made. We have a smart group of people here. My cool people are smart. Let's celebrate all the cool people. Thank you for participating in the answer. Y'all all was right. So I'm getting ready to put some celebration emojis in here. In the answer, you all were right. All were right. I'm going to read more about it because, of course, this is the computer and there's always more to learn in reference to this. We're going to deep dive into this, but right now, let me celebrate. Bam! Shouts out to all of you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for participating. We got that answer correct because of all of you. So I'm going to read it one more time without interruption. And I say that loosely because you don't know what this little guy is going to say. So why do styrofoam cups leak? According to AI, styrofoam cups can leak because they are porous and can be physically damaged by cracks or punctures. Cheaper cups may have tiny gaps that allow liquids to seep through over time, especially when exposed to hot liquids or substances like acids. Who would put acid in the cup? Who's putting acid anywhere? Come on, people. This isn't Breaking Bad. And even though Breaking Bad, they didn't put acid in the styrofoam cup. Will you go in the kitchen and fix those pancakes, please? Into the kitchen and fix those pancakes. Cheaper cups may have tiny gaps that allow liquids to seep through over time, especially when exposed to hot liquids or substances like acids and oils, which can degrade the material. Moving forward, I understand this acid thing. I'm with him too. I'm not putting acid in a styrofoam cup. Good mercy. It's got porosity and I think the word is, let me sound it out, degradation. DEGRA, degradation. Now, I've heard people use that term in context speaking to someone when they're being mean, but to see the word degradation used and as it should be and not about people, it's nice to see. Porosity and degradation. Porosity and degradation. Soda has acid, yes, but it's not the Breaking Bad acid. Moving forward, in reference to why soda styrofoam cups leak. Porosity and degradation. Moving forward, we have here, let's see here. Porous nature. Polystyrene foam is made of many small interconnected cells. Even though it feels solid, it's porous enough for liquids to eventually seep through. I've picked up a styrofoam cup, of course, and I looked at it. And when you look at it, even without a microscope or even a magnifying glass, I can see tiny shapes in there. I can see all the pieces kind of just fused together. And if you take like a pencil in a styrofoam cup and you sharpen that puppy real fine, you can poke a little hole in it. So that's how delicate the styrofoam cup is. But it's amazing that it can still do wonders like hold our drinks. Welcome in from Antarctica. Wow, that's really, really cool. Thank you for coming in from Antarctica. We have people from all over coming in. It says materials expand and shrink when the temperature changes. That's why houses sometimes make cracking noises. The wood is expanding or contracting. Styrofoam does the same thing. I never thought to classify styrofoam as something that can expand or contract. I know, of course, when you put water in glass and put it in the freezer, watch out. You're going to have a mess to clean and it's dangerous. Speaking of houses, that's really cool. I do enjoy hearing the house do that. The house, my second childhood home, did that constantly. But I think our house was haunted in addition to that. But yeah, I did like hearing that when the weather changed from winter to spring, I would hear the cracking. Our door would swell up so bad when it was humid. We couldn't even get out of our own house. No, that was creepy. The door swelled up so bad, it locked us in our own house. Moving forward, like I said, I think that house was haunted, but I survived. It's two elements reacting to each other, just like metal oxidizing to air. Rust. Shouts out to Rust, and I'm not being funny. Rust is pretty. When you watch it transform, the color is really beautiful. Oh, look, we have, oh my gosh, y'all, you see the cute little penguins? Oh, yeah, penguins in the chat mixed with cows. I like the snow, but you know, it gets on my nerves. You know, I do, and I like the snow, but there are days when the snow really gets on my nerves. Oh, let's see here. So thank you so much for coming in. We have porosity and degradation, porous nature. Polystyrene foam is made of many small interconnected cells. Even though it feels solid, it's porous enough for liquids to eventually seep through. It's the eventually part for me. And that's why I'm having this conversation, because my cup just had to be damaged, because my coffee, all of the coffee leaked out way too fast for me to even sit down and enjoy it for at least a good 10 minutes. The coffee was all over the place and the beads were coming out. How I was able to check was because I refilled the cup, that same cup that was now empty, with water. And the water droplets were coming all around from the bottom of my styrofoam cup, like all the way around. And the beads were really big. Like big enough where you could not ignore. Like, okay, let me just relish this moment. Let me get a napkin, fold it up a little bit, and wrap it around. By the time I enjoy my coffee, no harm, no foul. I wasn't even able to get a napkin, guys, and just wrap it around. That's how fast the coffee clear, we're losing it. Oh no, it's too much coffee coming out of that cup. Doctor, you're losing it. Hurry up. Ah! Fill that cup up back with coffee. We're losing it. What's wrong with you? Pull it together, doctor. More coffee IV. Quickly, give me the coffee IV. I've got it. We're pulling up the coffee IV. We've got a pulse. We're bringing this coffee cup back online. Yes, good job, doctor. Good job. Yes, we made it. So, as I was saying before I got sidetracked, I'm going to see if I have any cup emojis in the chat. Oh, look it. I have cup emojis. Let me see if they'll translate over to the Android phone. Yes, the coffee cups well, they're not coffee cups. They're regular cups and a teacup. But that's for the styrofoam cups. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. I have this, and I'm going to put a cow right here. Oh, you know what? Tulip. I like using these tulips. Let me put this in. Thank you for putting the cute little penguins and stuff in there. Energy, electric. Man, energy, electric. They sound like tomato. It's one and the same, but they're different at the same time. That's really nice. I like that. Let me pull up something here. Let's see here. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm having a great time, and thank you for pressing the beautiful like button. Let me put this in here. I'm going to sandwich this word into here. Bada bing. Moving forward with why styrofoam cups leak. Here's bullet point number 2. Degradation by liquids. Degradation by liquids. Acid like lemonade, oils, and hot beverages can degrade the styrofoam material over time, creating a path for leakage. So we know that styrofoam cups are basically a temporary thing, not to be relied on for the long haul. But they're supposed to at least, they're supposed to be there long enough so you can sit on the porch and have at least a 30-minute conversation with your loved ones while you drink the said drink, right? Goodness. So in my mind, as I think about the gas station cups, I think about the bigger ones. They have small, medium, and large. But there's these one styrofoam cups where they're shaped weird, but they're designed to fit cup holders if it's a bigger drink. It has the base at the bottom, like right here, the little neck, and then it extends out a little. Those cups are cool, so it looks like a giant cup, a torch or something. Those cups are neat. Those type of cups in particular, in reference to styrofoam cups, I don't have an issue with. It's more or less the smaller scale ones. So let's say you're going out to a place of business and they have the courtesy coffee machine right there and you can make yourself a cup of coffee. Those types of styrofoam cups are where I usually run into issues with. A moo to you. And there's another word. It says capillary action. Capillary action. Liquids can be pulled through the narrow spaces in the foam via capillary action, allowing them to move to the outside of the cup. Physical damage. We discussed this. I had 4 cool peeps who volunteered their answers and they were all correct. So we're just pretty much going over their answer, giving a deeper explanation to just drive it on home as to why styrofoam cups leak. Styrofoam cups are weak engineering but cheaper. Plastic is a little better. In reference to plastic is a little better, thank you for that information. Plastic is a little better by reference to Dollar Tree plastics, because even some of the cheaper plastics that are at Dollar Tree, you can find yourself shoving their plastic plates and cups in the microwave for a little bit and they don't warp that fast, so they are tough. So shouts out to Dollar Tree plastic flatware and all that stuff, because they hold up for the test of time for longer than expected. I like how you said that styrofoam cups are weak engineering. Pool noodles are made from foam, but it's something stronger because a pool noodle is tough. You actually can get a steak saw and saw through it. Now with your styrofoam cup, you don't need a steak saw to saw through it. You can just look at it or blink at it and it starts crumbling. But with the pool noodle that's made out of some type of foam, you got to use a pocket knife or steak saw to saw it up into pieces. It's got physical damage in reference to why styrofoam cups leak. Cracks and punctures, squeezing the cup too hard, yes. Dropping it or simply age and wear can create cracks or punctures that directly leads to leaks. Oh my goodness, tell me about it. Don't be watching something comical on TV and you laughing, you squeeze the cup too hard. That lid's coming right off. The cup's going to buckle and cave in and your drink's falling down and rushing down your arm, and you know the reaction, oh my goodness, and then the cup is doing the Yuletide carol, oh, yeah, and away we go. The mess is big, and if you don't have a dog to help you clean it up, it's all you from there. You gotta get a towel or whatever you can to sop it up before it stains onto the sofa or carpet. I remember just poking styrofoam cups for fun as a kid. Exactly. I think we can even use styrofoam cups in school to make cars. You can. Like my mind goes back to middle school where I think our teacher talked about X-Acto knives or whatever. We had some type of project where we had these wooden cars we had to use to race. But nonetheless, a styrofoam cup, you can, if you have a steady hand, you can use some type of knife or something. You can actually cut it out and build a car out of that. Now having said that, that's a good idea. And the type of glue you will want to use is something like super glue, because Elmer's glue is too heavy and it'll take too long to dry unless you're willing to hold up the pieces. So in this regard, styrofoam would make cool little cars. and I recommend super glue. But if a child is making that project, I wouldn't want to leave him or her alone. So, man, that would be something you will have to use with adult supervision. I would, wow, I would have, if it was a kid making that project, I would have to upgrade them from styrofoam to cardboard where I would feel safer. I would have to have them have cardboard squares and at the minimum, some good tape. You know, we've got physical damage in reference to why styrofoam cups leak. Hot liquids. Exposure to hot liquids can weaken the structure of the foam, making it more susceptible to leaking. And that explains it because, you know, I had coffee in my cup and it was all over the place, y'all. That coffee is piping hot for a reason, so I can get it down to the temperature of my choosing. Currently, as of now, I have tea. How to prevent leaks. Some gas stations have they're called comfort cozies, aren't they? Or a little sleeve. Heck, before that, you just get you some napkins, but that's just sustaining. If you find yourself at the gas station and you find your cup leaking through your napkins around there, you gotta check your cup before you get out of the gas station because you might have a defective cup. Or just stick another cup underneath. You know, that's a good idea too. Have just get 2 cups to assure that won't happen. How to prevent leaks in your styrofoam cup. Handle cups with care to avoid physical damage. Avoid reusing cups for hot liquids or acid oily drinks, as this can break down the material over time. Choose a sturdier, non-porous material for beverages that need to be stored for long periods. Now, shouts out to like McDonald's because they give, I do like the plastic cups McDonald's gives because you can reuse them. It's always handy to keep those, at least 7 of those cups in your pantry for storage, because you know, in reference to the grand scheme of things, when summer comes around again, you got the neighbor kids coming. Kids are going to be kids, so you don't want to be hovering over them all the time talking about bring the cup back, don't break the cup. You have those cups from McDonald's and you can just get a Sharpie and write their name on there with the Sharpie and be like, here, this is your cup for the day or until they break it. But it's nothing's lost because the cup is from McDonald's and you just found a way to reuse it. So those types of cups are really good for those reasons, y'all. And they make great cup holders. Heck, not cup holders, they make good pen organizers. You put your ink pens and stuff in. And if you want to decorate it, you still can. So shouts out to the fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Wendy's who do give away those nice sturdy plastic cups. They are great for reusing purposes. Unlike styrofoam where you really cannot use them but one good time. So yeah, wow, what's going on, Judge Shady Court? Good morning to you. Welcome in. I know all is going to always be well with you. Keep those blinders on and you keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. Thank you so much for coming in. Good morning to you. Here's a big old hug from me to you. Keep those blinders on and you keep doing you, okay? You got your own thing going for you. Your own thing in your good lane. We're talking about why in the world styrofoam cups leak. Heaven help us, we're in the rush and we get hot coffee. We put the coffee in the cup holder and we hit that left turn and the top falls off of the coffee cup because the coffee cup was poorly made. Heaven help us if the coffee spill out on us while we're in the middle of making the turn out of the gas station parking. So we have various reasons as to why styrofoam cups leak. I have fallen victim of all of my coffee leaking out of the styrofoam cup before I could even enjoy the coffee. I was today years old when I found out that styrofoam cups aren't edible. I'm so sorry that you had to find out that way. It's a crying shame. But they said if the cups are cheaply made, I don't think you'll have any digestive issues. And the way things are going, it might be a healthy option because food don't food like it used to. And they tell us anything. We could be eating cardboard and they say it's granola bars, but they say it's FDA approved. They tell us anything is FDA approved and they market it to us. For example, I went to the Dollar Tree and this said FDA approved. Heaven help us. Moving forward. You're better off eating grass and leaves and hoping for the best. I taught y'all how to purify sand yesterday. For the people who are out there in the desert or who have beaches and stuff, you get you some sand, you get you a medicine bowl, and you mince the heck out of the sand to a nice puree. Then you boil that down and you sift it out, and then you have nature's motto meal. You bless it and you eat it. Moving forward. Now, you cannot say I haven't taught you anything. In the name of survival, please, this is in the name of survival. Don't come back and say, LA told us to go eat sand. I did not. In the spirit of imagination and creativity, I am expanding my imagination into the survival mode of how we can make it through hard times. Why do styrofoam cups leak? According to the deep dive of it all, by way of AI overview, styrofoam cups leak primarily because the material is porous, meaning it has many tiny gaps that allow liquid to seep through over time. This process is often exacerbated by extreme temperatures or damage to the cup. Nothing wrong with some beachside oatmeal. I mean, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet in the grand scheme of things. Just break it down so it won't be so gritty and hurt you. Let me, and just make the most of it. Reasons for leaking: porous structure, expanded polystyrene known as EPS, the material commonly known as styrofoam, a trademark of Dow Chemical Company, though the term is used generically. Now, I didn't know that Dow Chemical Company, shouts out to the Dow Chemical Company. I didn't know that they trademarked styrofoam. Wow, I don't want to write that down today, y'all. I've been writing down so many notes all last week, all the way up to today, in reference to things that get me wanting to think more. I just don't want to write anything down right now. I just want to just flow with it all in hopes that I'll remember it in the future. So styrofoam is a trademark of Dow Chemical Company, though the term is used generically. It's made of tiny compressed beads molded together with heat and pressure. The molding process leaves microscopic gaps and channels between the beads through which liquids, given enough time, can escape via capillary actions or simple gravity. See, there's gravity. That's what you guys mentioned. That's what Elay mentioned in the chat earlier. Temperature effects. Cold temperatures. When the liquid freezes inside the cup, the water expands. This expansion can create microfractures and small holes in brittle foam structure, allowing the liquid to seep out once it thaws or while it is still expanding. Now, once again, one of the cool peeps earlier said that, styrofoam expands and contracts. I'm aware of expansion and contraction, but I never thought to apply it to a styrofoam cup. When I think of a styrofoam cup, I think of hot coffee. Give me my coffee. This styrofoam cup is designed specifically for me to fill it with coffee so that I can live to fight another day. I'm not here to think about the molecular structure of a styrofoam cup, but I find myself up here talking about this as we gather around the bonfire this morning. I am up here talking about the molecular structure because my coffee all leaked out of the cup before I could take one sip out of it. It spilled all over the place. It spilled all over the place. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a word. Let's go. You don't have to say a word. Well, I wasn't smiling. I turned that frown. I turned that smile upside down because my coffee was all over the place. I didn't say a word. Well, I did. In my mind, I was like, dang, 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 dang. Good times, yeah. All the things that run in our minds that we do not say. In the name of me not using swear words intentionally, that's a comfort thing for me. But boy, sometimes it just be like like how that sound came from Schoolhouse Rock. I'll be like, boy, if you don't go get me my coffee. So moving forward about the coffee, yes, I have tea right now in the strong thermos to guarantee that it won't leak. This is my hot beverage thermos. It's in the Star Wars one. And then I have one for cold beverages right here. So my water and cold beverages, adult beverages go in here when I want to take some time off. And so I have two different kinds for the occasion. And boy, these things come through. Bam. And if you find yourself in trouble, it also doubles as a nice form of self-defense. These things have a nice little knock to it. So moving forward, cold temperatures. When the liquid freezes inside the cup, the water expands and blah, blah, blah. Hot temperatures in reference to why the cups may leak. Hot liquids can cause the polystyrene material to expand, potentially altering the structure and opening up gaps between the beads. While the material itself doesn't melt at a normal hot drink temperature, extreme heat or certain solvents can weaken and deform the foam cups, causing a catastrophic failure. I can't say one point in my life when I had a styrofoam cup, when the coffee was being poured, my thumb started to go into the cup a little bit. So it wasn't me holding the cup too tightly, but I think it was that situation where the cup was probably a little bit too cheap and the coffee was a little bit hotter than intended because it started to buckle. So I had to put the cup down and kind of like hold the top of it on the counter, and have it finish getting poured in. On that notion, I don't know if I was in the right frame of mind to double the cup or put a napkin around it. More likely, I probably put a couple of napkins around it, but I went on my way. Physical damage. The material is relatively brittle. Squeezing the cup too hard or dropping it can cause cracks and punctures, leading to immediate leaks. And lastly, chemical interactions. Chemical interactions. Y'all, we have a parrot flying around here. It just repeats involuntarily what I say. Who knows what the parrot is going to say on any given Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. and any day I probably left out. Chemical interactions, certain substances such as alcohol, gasoline. Now, look, I know there comes a time in life when we run out of gas. Well, I'm speaking of personal experience. Didn't have a gas can. And all I had, was the styrofoam cup. So I took that styrofoam cup to the gas station, filled that thing on up with gas, brought it back to the car. It didn't work. Moving forward, chemical interactions, certain substances such as alcohol, gasoline, or specific solvents used in cleaning agents can interact with and degrade this fancy word for styrofoam, polystyrene. So I'm going to say styrofoam because I know I'm butchering it, and I already took some time to sound out another word for all the world to see me stumble over. It will degrade the styrofoam, compromising the cup's integrity and causing it to leak. So I got my answers in reference to why this even happens in the first place. So the best thing I can say is when you're in the gas station fixing your drinks, be sure to look at the bottoms to see how quickly your drink beads out at the bottom. And if it's beading too much, get a new cup or double it. But just be advised that you might have a bad cup. Thank you for coming in, like, you share, commenting, and subscribing. I'm not going anywhere, but I do like to make sure I take the time to say thank you while I'm here. Well, while you guys are here. The time right now is a glorious 6:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the beautiful state of Georgia. Oh, Georgia. Shouts out Ray Charles, man. I like when his commercial comes on when he sings the Georgia commercial. I like when Ray Charles sings the Georgia commercial, and I like when they don't play her anymore. But there's another girl. Let me look her up. She's from the soul part of the music, the new soul. Let me see. India Irie. So shouts out to India Irie and to Ray Charles for singing the Georgia theme song. It's so beautiful, y'all. And the pictures that they choose when they sing the song in the background make me cry a little bit because to me it's a beautiful reflection of the state. So it says here, it's a little bit more. In summary, a styrofoam cup structure is not a single solid barrier, but rather a collection of bonded pellets. Yeah, and the gaps between these pellets make it inherently susceptible to slow leaks. Yeah, because as I was saying, you can look at a styrofoam cup up close without a magnifying glass, and you can see a pattern in there, or like the beads or whatever. So if you take a sharp pencil, you sharpen it up. Y'all remember these? The way we are going in technology, a wooden pencil is going to become obsolete. Behold, a number 2 pencil that you and I grew up on and took those boring tests on. The tests that just drained you of all your energy and for me just made me feel more dumb. Those tests. If you sharpen your number 2 pencil and poke it with a styrofoam and poke the styrofoam cup with it, more than likely a little circle or dot's going to come out of the cup. Those are the little beads that they're talking about. They're used, the little pellets used to fuse together to make one cup or something like that. Hey, good morning to you. High five. Thank you for coming in. Hey, are you ready for the new episode of Stranger Things? Look, this is the shameless plug for Stranger Things. I'm a fan of Stranger Things. So, Volume 1 of Stranger Things, Season 5 is being released tomorrow, Wednesday, November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. So, if you guys want to have something to do to get ready before Thanksgiving, and of course the game that comes on, Stranger Things is coming on tomorrow. The first 4 episodes will be available to stream on Netflix at 5 p.m. PT time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us. with subsequent volumes releasing in December. What to expect? The first volume of Stranger Things will be released tomorrow and includes the first 4 episodes. I am so here for it. We will be watching that. We will be glued to the TV 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, watching Stranger Things. Yes! Release times, the episodes will drop at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The later releases, Volume 2, 3 episodes will be released on December 25th, 2025. That is on New Year's Eve, right? Wait. The one that's coming out New Year's Eve is Volume 3, which is the finale. The finale of Stranger Things episode will air on December 31st, New Year's Eve 2025. I am so here for it. 3 types of liquid: solution, suspension, colloid. Colloids won't leak through the styrofoam cup like jelly, custard, etc. That is really cool. So do you think they lined the cups with that? COLLOID. COLLOID, man. Do you know what that means? If you ain't on, sit down. If you ain't on, sit down. I don't know what it means. So I ain't on, so I'm getting ready to sit down. But I'm getting ready to find out what it means so I can get on. Let me see. COLLOID. What? I'm getting ready to figure it out. I think I know loosely, but I want a more precise definition. What's going on? High five. Bam. Excuse me. Thank you for coming in. Y'all, I'm going to have to make a Dollar Tree run soon. Even though the prices have gone up in Dollar Tree, I am forever grateful for the Dollar Tree. Because you still can have a fine quality of life. You know, you can still have the finer things, you know, in life. Oh, look at that cereal bowl. Thank you for that. So first I need to know how to pronounce it. How do I pronounce this? How do I pronounce the word COLL? I need to figure out how to spell it first before I keep stumbling over it. American English, colloids or colloid. Colloid is pronounced in 2 main ways depending on the region. Colloid. Okay, moving forward. I'm about to figure out what this means. Thank you for bringing up the solutions user 2JN. So I'm getting ready to learn what this is. A colloid is a stable mixture where microscopic particles of one substance, the dispersed phase, are evenly distributed throughout another substance. The disporium medium. Yo, that sounds like some actual medium stuff, like when you are feeling for the spirit realm. Without settling out over time, the particles in the colloid are intermediate in size between those in the true solution, which are fully dissolved molecules or ions, and those in a suspension, which are larger particles that will eventually settle. Now, I would like for it to break it down a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. A colloid, dang it, I need to reread the pronunciation again, is colloid. A colloid is a stable mixture where microscopic particles of one substance are eventually distributed through another substance, like a filtering, without settling out over time. The particles in the colloid are intermediate in size between those in a true solution, which are fully dissolved molecules or ions, and those in the suspension, which are larger particles that will eventually settle. Isn't it neat? We're talking about something so simplistic as a styrofoam cup but there's the science in the makings of a styrofoam cup. It just reminds me of the Jell-O. All I wanted to do last week was talk about Jell-O, and I effed around and went down the rabbit hole and found out there's a whole darker side to Jell-O that I cannot unlearn. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. High five. Bam. I see what you put on my Chromebook. Sometimes the emojis don't transfer over all the time, but I see it. Thank you for that. That's really cool, isn't it? I did it in real life. It reminds me of sugar cookies. You know, when you can use the let's say, for lack of a better word, you know, they call the cookie cutters and make your own shapes. And sugar cookies, it's like I made a sugar cookie stencil. So we're up here talking about the breakdowns and the makings of a styrofoam cup. How the whole topic came about is because my coffee cup leaked and all of my coffee spilled out. And I'm like, why is this happening? Man. Let's see here. Not yet. I'm not monetized yet, y'all. I'm almost there. It's slow and steady. I actually keep a I haven't been monetized for ages. When I first started YouTube, I started my YouTube anniversary is coming around the corner in January. I'll be on YouTube for 14 years. When I first started YouTube, it was easier to get a part of the partnership program. And once they started changing the rules, I was demonetized. Not because I did something bad, but they upped the ante and I wasn't able to catch up with the changes. But now we are, here we are, 13 going on 14 years later, and I'm finally about to reach tier 1, where you had to have 3,000 watch hours. I keep track of my numbers just so I can see where I'm going. So right now, as of this morning, I'm at 2,836. So I can reach level 1 of 3,000 watch hours. I have 2,836 minutes. Y'all, see, it's no joke. It used to run me crazy because it's like I should have been monetized. So this is an example of me keeping daily record of watching the numbers drop and fluctuate. You know, I'm almost there. And I'm going to celebrate too, guys. I'll probably start crying. You know, keeping disclosure in mind as well. And when it comes to this whole YouTube struggling thing, I try to be as transparent as possible, because I don't want anybody to have to be on YouTube as long as I've been on here struggling and not be monetized. So when I learn things on here that I think I can help you with, I tell y'all, I don't want nobody up here struggling as long as me. So thank you for asking. So now I was able to keep you abreast. I'm almost there. I'm probably going to be crying so hard. Thank you, my tiny woman muscle. It's flabby. It's supposed to be I'm a cow today. But since when you seen the flabby cow, LA? People in the chat, have you ever seen a flabby cow? I'll wait. Quit hating on me. See, I hire help. They turn on me. They start talking about me. Flabby cows, have you seen the flabby cow? I'll wait. Sit down. Whatever. Let's just forget we ever heard that. Okay? Dang. Thank you guys for your support. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to say thank you. So we're talking about the breakdown of some of the things that can be used to make styrofoam cups sustainable. We were right on that cusp when Jay Brown entered the scene. So I was catching him up to speed to what we were talking about, styrofoam cups. He came in right when we were talking about this. I think it's a chemical called colloids, but it's particles that range in diameter, but it's supposed to help with, what did the comments say? It's supposed to help with styrofoam cup making. Let me go back to the top. It says here, styrofoam cups are weak engineering, but cheaper. Plastic is a little better. Let me go back to the part that wanted me to even look this up in the first place. Three types of liquid solutions: suspension, cold lids. Cold lids won't leak through the styrofoam cup. So let me type that in. So cold lids won't leak through a styrofoam cup. Styrofoam. And can this compound, for lack of a better word, be used to make the styrofoam cup stronger? I'm about to find out. Shout out to AI. Hercules, teaching me everything. Cold lids can leak through a styrofoam cup over time, just like water, other liquids, because the cup's material is porous. Cold lids generally cannot be used to make the cups inherently stronger in a practical, consumer-safe way. That's what I wanted to know. Could you mix the two so you can make the styrofoam cup stronger? Leaking. Styrofoam expands. It's made of fused beads, resulting in microscopic gaps. Liquids including cold light suspension like milk or coffee creamer will seep through these gaps via capillary action if left for an extended period. The small particle size of cold lids does not prevent this. Okay, safety, the concerns with certain cold lids. Some common cold lids, especially those involving fats like dairy cream or alcohol, can actually increase the rate at which potentially harmful chemical compounds like styrene monomers leach from the styrofoam into the liquid, causing health risk. Oh my goodness. All I wanted to talk about was, why do styrofoam cups leak? And we are entering, y'all, the green jello phase, the deep rabbit hole of such a simplistic topic going dark. It's amazing how something as simplistic as jello can go dark, to which we learn. And now mixing certain things in the styrofoam cup can lead to health risks such as poisoning. Where? This was supposed to be just a smooth conversation about the magic of pouring hot coffee into a styrofoam cup. Now we up here learning about some Frankenstein, Breaking Bad, mad science stuff. I need to know, what chemicals can you not pour, or should you not pour, in a styrofoam cup that can lead to potential harm? Welcome in, y'all. Thank you for coming in. Even the paper cups are plastic lined. They are. And heat breaks down the plastics, then you consume it. Have you seen at those places, like you have the water tanks, let's say Culligan, because I've seen that. Those Culligan cups. Hey, Culligan man. They have the Culligan water towers and those cute little cups. They're about as tall as this guy is here. And so you can see, I always thought it was wax because the way it breaks down so easily, even when I put water in it, it's like I find myself having to drink the water really fast to prevent the breakup from that waxy substance, or you say plastic substance, from breaking down into my water and drinking it. I don't want to drink that. That's kind of scary to me. So I find myself drinking it down involuntarily too fast, just to prevent that from happening. Why is that even happening? You know, thank you for that comment. So let me ask, what liquids, how can I phrase this question because of what AI overview just said? It prompted me to want to ask, what shouldn't I pour into a styrofoam, styrofoam cup, which could lead to all right, let me see what it says. I try my best to formulate that question so I can get some understanding. I have an issue sometimes with formulating how I want to ask a question. And most of the times I find myself in life growing up not getting the answers to my questions because I'm not formulating them right. And it will leave me so frustrated because it's like I'm asking you how to do this, but the way I'm asking it. And then someone told me like, it's not necessarily you not asking the question right. It's whether or not they want to tell you. That made me sad. So moving forward, I try my best to phrase this question. What shouldn't I pour into a styrofoam cup which could lead it to liquid poisoning health risk? Moving forward, you should avoid pouring hot, alcoholic, oily, or acidic liquids into styrofoam cups, as these substances can increase the leaching of chemicals from the cup into your drink. The leaching of chemical effect, that's the part that's raising alarm. Leaching of chemicals from the cup into your drink. Styrofoam made from polystyrene contains the chemical styrene, which has been linked to potential health risk. Wow. Let's see here. Yes, hot liquids is definitely one of them. Exactly. Which is why my coffee went all over the place. I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it. That coffee was probably just extremely too hot, and the cup that was selected was probably a faulty cup, so there goes my coffee. Liquids to avoid. It says alcoholic beverages, but since I've been on this planet Earth, that's all people do is pour alcohol in there. They drink it up really fast. So alcohol acts as a solvent that can break down the styrofoam and significantly increase the migration of styrene into the drink. This includes wines and hot toddies. Hot liquids. High temperatures are a major factor in causing chemicals like the styrofoam to leach out of the foam. The risk is present with beverages like hot coffee, just like you said, Jay, and tea and soup. Ooh, not soup, y'all, not Campbell's soup. Not my Campbell soup, y'all. A moment of silence. Well, I pour my soup in. Look, if I'm on the go, guys, this is a fun fact. I really recommend you guys getting one of these things. I got this puppy from Goodwill. I paid about $3 for it. But if you're on the go, if you find yourself missing meals because you're working, especially for the men in the chat, shout out to you guys who are always on your grind. If you find yourself missing meals because you're so focused on working, I recommend getting you some soup, pour it in here, because at least you will have some soup in here, and you can eat that. You can just drink it down really quickly, because I don't want you guys going too far without food. I recommended that idea to one of my older sisters. I have lots of sisters, because my sister, she's a work horse, and she wasn't eating and she was losing so much weight, it was scary. Girl, this is what I do. At that time, I used to work at a hardware store. I'm like, girl, I'm working like a dog too. But I put my chunky stew or chunky soup into here, and I take it with me everywhere I go, even at work, because they're just gonna think it's your tea or whatever, but it's my soup. Anything to keep going. I don't want y'all falling out on me. I eat chicken noodle soup out of the travel coffee cups. You remember those? Yeah. See, those weren't out. I had many jobs. I used to work at Kmart before the inevitable happened. So when I was working at Kmart, I think towards the end of my time working there, they were just starting to come out with those coffee cup, those travel size Campbell soup cups, those microwavable ones. So, but yeah, so even soup tins are plastic lined, and long-term storage leads to plastic breakdown. Time is a catalyst, just like heat. I like time. I like heat. I like the whole breakdown of the nature. I remember reading in one of the comments about rust, and how it rust turns because of the breakdown. The color of rust is pretty. I haven't drank from styrofoam cups since I was a kid at large family functions. Yeah, tell me about it. That's cool. That's really neat. So back to the liquids to avoid, they say fatty or oily liquids. Liquids with high fat content such as coffee with dairy, cream, or milk can accelerate the leaching of chemicals from the cup. I want to know more about this leaching of chemicals thing. That sounds scary, y'all. Acidic liquids. Acidic substances like tea with lemon or certain fruit juices can cause the foam to break down more quickly, increasing these releases of chemicals. So I guess they're entrusting us to just gulp it down really quickly. So by the time we stereotypically drink down our drink, we have nothing to worry about. I'm thinking they're resting their hat on that. I want to know more about, can you please tell me more about the, what's that term? Accelerated leaching process, process, of the styrofoam cup, styrofoam. Hey, here, hold on. Let me give you the remote control. You must understand your role, your jelly roll. There you go. Hey, give me some five. Bam. How you doing? I love you. We shall never part. As love is here. Y'all remember that song from Rescue Rangers? It was a whole alligator and an animal singing some opera. Shout out to Chippendale Rescue Rangers. You will find that I will deviate and talk with my family from time to time on this live stream. So I was just talking to my husband off into the distance, and I will segue sometimes into these people talking. What's happening? Laughing emoji. Laughing emoji. Why are you wearing a cow suit? So you never know what you're going to get on this platform. It's an abundance of wonderful interruptions. Thank you, thank you. Yes, she likes playing silly characters, albeit I am human. Sit down. And what? Go in the kitchen to make them pancakes. He's got 2 jobs. Make the pancakes, have them ready, and be in charge of the quality audio controls. Do they do their job effectively? No. They be up here all in the video trying to get some shine off me. Tell me all about it. You give them a mile, they take 17 years. You just can't help nobody no more. You can't help them no more. Okay. This is another side note. Y'all remember Tyrese? Can y'all imagine him doing this in a cow suit? Here we go. What more do you want from me? Moving forward. Greetings from Poland. Thank you guys for coming in. We have so many cool people from all over the world. I call you guys my cool peeps, and I'm glad you guys can get a laugh. I'm having a good time on here while I learn the breakdown of styrofoam cups. Can you believe it? I just wanted to look up why they leak, and now we're getting ready to learn why. Can you please tell me more about the accelerated leaching process of the styrofoam cup? This is turning into a downright horror story. Hey, it could be worse. People be so mean to these celebrities, y'all. It just don't make no sense. We all gonna break down sooner or later. You know, you got to learn how to laugh at yourself first so the world can join in. You know, laugh at my pain, Kevin Hart. What's the other dude? Cat Williams. We laugh at his pain. We get paid for it. Life gon' bring some pain. So, you know, shouts out to Tyrese, because this is a little light work I'm doing. Some of these YouTubers, they be catching lawsuits because they be going in too hard. Heavy. We not gonna do that over here. Moving right along. The accelerated leaching process in styrofoam cups is a physical and chemical interaction driven primarily by three factors: heat, time, and chemical nature of the liquid. That sounds like more. Yeah. I'm in pain. F it, we all have pain. I'm like, dang, they just pretty much said, forget you, girl. We all hurt now. Get somewhere and sit down. I'm like, she really hurting, y'all. She trying to tell y'all. The functional cause is that polystyrene, the material making of styrofoam, is not a preferably stable inert barrier. Inert barrier. It contains residual styrene monomers. Oh my goodness, with these names, y'all, it's too early. It's like I'm taking college courses. You know, when you go to college, if you do, you want to be there bright and early so you can have the rest of the day for yourself. Well, it's feeling like one of those moments, like, why in the world did I pick a 6 a.m. class? Well, it's too late. What's done is done. Just give me 2 extra large coffees, 16 donuts, and I might make it through. I might make it through. Thank you for coming in. So it says here, the building blocks of plastic and other aromatic compounds that can migrate into the cup's contents can migrate into the cup's contents. Key accelerating factors: high temperature heat. This is the most significant factor. That's what all you cool peeps keep bringing up at the top of the key in reference to the breakdown of a styrofoam cup. Besides the fact that it's cheaply made in some circumstances, it's the heat. And even AI is leading with the heat temperature. This is the most significant factor. Increase molecular movement. Heat increases the kinetic energy of the molecules in both the liquid and the cup material. This increased movement makes it easier for the styrene monomers to break their weak bonds, to which they're already weak, with the polystyrene matrix, not the matrix, come on now, and migrates into the liquid. So you mean to tell me, y'all, this is just too much, y'all? This topic is just bam, hitting me. So you mean to tell me it's a whole matrix in the styrofoam cup? No wonder we going crazy. We drinking the Kool-Aid involuntarily. Ah! Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Yeah. I cannot go on. We can't go on together with suspicious past. Ah! Remember they played that song in Lilo and Stitch? That Elvis song. Colds like jelly and custard, not Teletubby, custard. Colds like jelly and custard will last a few days, especially if it's placed in the fridge. Now, you know, if you do want to make these items that are meant to be, quote, biodegradable, so they say last a little longer. You do got to put a little care into it if you want to make these last. So that comment makes sense. It's got here in the reference to, can you please tell me more about the accelerated leaching process of styrofoam cups? It's got the softening the polymer matrix. Y'all, this just don't make sense. High temperatures, though still below the melting point, cause the foam structure to soften lightly, opening up the microscopic gaps and channels and allowing the liquid to better penetrate the material. Why we need a cup to breathe? The whole reason we're pouring this hot liquid in the styrofoam cup is in good faith that it will stay hot until we are finished with it. You have me up here doubting the styrofoam cup. Next time I go to the gas station, I'm going to be shaking. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just get a pop. This is too much early in the morning. Enhanced solubility. Most chemicals, including styrene, are more soluble in hotter liquids. What are you saying? It's going to break down faster when it's hot, so drink at your own risk. I tell you guys, the heat of the coffee generates too much energy for the material of the styrofoam. Yeah, I know that's right. Now there we go. Okay, hold on. Let me put this in here really quickly. One shiny moment. I think we're about to bring this on home. The heat of the coffee generates too much energy for the material of the styrofoam, because heat is energy, right? Okay, yes, that's been established. So let's see here. Where am I? I lost my place. Softening the polymer matrix. High temperatures, though still below the melting point, cause the foam structure to soften slightly, opening up the microscopic gaps and channels and allowing the liquids to better penetrate the material. Enhanced solubility. Most chemicals, including styrene, are more soluble than hotter liquids. We've got a solvent type here under the classification of chemical nature of liquids. I'm ready to read this portion. We've got alcohol, fat, oil content, acidity, time, and exposure. So alcohol acts as a solvent that can dissolve or break down the pyrostyrene polymer chains more effectively than water, drastically increasing the amount of styrene that leaches out. It's the leaching part that still gets me, y'all. It's like, why do you have to use that word? Because when you're referencing leeches, especially in the name of a horror story, because that's what I think about first, like in Lemony Snicket's Tale of Unfortunate Events, the lady was like, it's the leeches, and they started to eat through the bowl, and then it ate her too. So how can you equal out leeches being anything like a holly jolly Christmas, right? Oh man, I tell you, it's the word leach that's getting me. Alcohol acts as a solvent that can dissolve or break down the polystyrene polymer chains more effectively than water, drastically increasing the amount of styrene that leaches out. When it comes to fat oil content, styrene is a non-polar molecule, meaning it mixes well with other non-polar substances like fats and oils. Fats and oils. Fats and oils. Fats and oils. Shout out to, what was it, the Step Brothers movie. They said something else. They said boats and bolts and bolts and I have to high five myself. Yeah. So in reference to the fats oil content, styrene is a non-polar molecule, meaning it mixes well with other non-polar substances like fats and oils. Liquids with high fat content, for example, milk, cream, certain soups, as was mentioned prior. Accelerated, and I'm going to say as was mentioned prior, firstly from one of our cool peeps. I think it was user 2JN who also mentioned the the cream and the milk, which classifies as that word colon. I'm learning. Liquids with fats, high fats in content. Examples: milk, cream, certain soups. Accelerated the extraction of styrene from the cup because the styrene, oh boy, here's a big word, preferentially is not just the word that lawyers use on Law and Order. I've just also learned the word preferentially can be used in a scientific way. Tell me something. Preferentially. The extraction of styrene from the cup because the styrene preferentially dissolves into the fat rather than the water. Okay, so it's going to dissolve into the fat. So should I say, is it more like a dissolving into the fat or absorbing into the fat? I think if it was going to absorb, it would have said absorb. So I'm going to lead with the fact that it's going to, what's the word? Y'all, wait a minute. Dissolve and dissolve mean, oh, gosh. Preferably dissolves. So dissolve and absorb is the same thing, right? Goodness, man. I tell you, so much to learn. Acidity. Highly acidic liquids can also cause the foam to break down more quickly, contributing to faster chemical migration. Man, y'all, that's tough. Time of exposure. The longer a liquid is in contact with the styrofoam, the more the chemicals have to migrate out. While some migration is almost immediate with hot liquids, concentration increases over time. Hey, what's going on? In essence, where there's a will, there's a way. In essence, these factors work together to overcome the physical barriers of the cup structure, allowing potentially harmful chemicals to be released into your drink at a faster rate. It gave me an answer, but not quite the answer I was reaching towards, far as the whole accelerated leaching process of the styrofoam cup. Because prior it mentions what is it? Accelerated leaching in the styrofoam cup by way of it releasing a potential safety hazard, and the word poison was mentioned. So I'm like, what type of combination do you have to put into a styrofoam cup to cause a caution advisory that could lead to someone getting sick? That's what I'm trying to search for. That's what I'm looking for. Styrofoam cups are very unhealthy to drink from anyways. Also, you mentioned microwaving plastic plates earlier. Yeah, from the Dollar Tree, based on how it was mentioned how, the plastic cups versus styrofoam cups. And I went on talking about how Dollar Tree has plastic, utensils that you could get, even though they may not be designed for microwaving. You can do that a couple of times if you're not worried about the plate warping and so on. It lasts a little bit longer, right? So yeah, something can dissolve in its own and lose form. So it absorbs itself like a business can absolve itself. Like, I was reading about businesses that did something like that in one of the morning moves. Was it with What business did we recently talk about? I think it was in the reference of the streaming platform companies. There's another streaming platform company. They're changing the name again, guys, for the umpteenth time. And it's just been one mesh after the other, you know? And it's hard to keep up with that company now because they're getting ready to change their name again. The plastic particles end up in your food when reheated. So I've heard. It's just so many no's in life, you know? It just don't make sense. So that's a good comment. So they have styrofoam plates. We haven't even touched on the styrofoam plates. We're still gathered around the bonfire this morning talking about styrofoam cups. I want to get my head around this leaching process of the styrofoam cups. Leaching process of styrofoam cups. Let me try typing this in. Of STYROFOAM cups leading to can you please an example of this happening? I'm asking a question here, just a second. Someone in real. So what I'm pretty much asking is, so I can get a better handle on this for myself, the leaching process of styrofoam cups. Can you please provide for me a realistic example of this happening to someone, you know, as far as medical records that can be released for case studies? So perhaps when AI provides an answer, I'll be able to fully understand it for myself. Yes. They all are made of the same material. It doesn't matter what form it takes, it's still gonna leak. Tell me about it.
It's just like putting snow cones.
But here we go.
Snow cones. What do you call those things? You get your ice cone, and you get the red one and the yellow one, and you put the snow cone, the slushy ice into the styrofoam cup. I'm not gonna eat all of that. There's no way in the world I'm gonna finish all that. But I always ask for them to pack it on in. You know, my styrofoam cup doesn't leak. It doesn't leak because you never even finish it anyways. No one's talking to you. Hi everybody, my hair is beautiful today. Look at my hair.
Oh man, y'all asking all these questions is waking them up. They're not even supposed to be sleeping anyway, so thank y'all for waking them up. They're supposed to be what? All together in the kitchen making them pancakes. Yes, they're supposed to be in the kitchen making pancakes. But they all in here talking. Thank you so much. So, anyways, can y'all go in the kitchen and make the pancakes?
So as I was saying, that's you too. As I was saying when I was eating the snow cone, my styrofoam cup didn't leak because,
sit down. Please, yes, go and make them pancakes. So let me see what AI overview brought up for me to help me understand this for myself. Before I get off of this live stream, I want to have a better understanding. I need to open up my snacks right now. I have what do you call it? I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I need a snack. Y'all, I'm 2 hours in. That's pretty good. I am determined to get an understanding of this before I let this go. Thank you so much. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Y'all want some here? Tank one passed around. Don't take too many now. Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the easy. Let's go. I'm going to check something out on my screen really quickly, if you don't mind. I'm going to maximize the screen and see something really quickly. How are you guys doing this morning? The time is 7:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are gathered around the bonfire talking about why styrofoam cups leak. We are getting our answers, but it's leading me down, unfortunately, the rabbit hole of wondering something else in the realm of advanced sciences. To me, it's advanced science. I am looking up the leaching process of styrofoam cups. The leaching process of styrofoam cups, y'all, just don't make sense. Do it, but here we are. We're looking for an example. While studies have established that styrene and other chemicals do leach from styrofoam cups into hot fatty or acid liquids and leaked high occupational exposures to various health issues including potential cancer risk and nervous system. Whoops, hold on. Let me put this in here. Let me micromanage the situation. LA is micromanaging the situation. It says here, while studies have established that styrene and other chemicals do leach from styrofoam cups into hot fatty or acidic liquids and leaked high occupational exposure to various health issues including potential cancer risk and nervous system effects, there are no publicly documented examples of acute human poisoning or specific severe illnesses from the simple act of drinking from a styrofoam cup in everyday life. Health risks associated with consumer use of styrofoam are generally considered to be low, and related to the potential of cumulative exposure over a long period, rather than a single immediate poisoning event. Well, that's good to know. The documented cases of severe styrene poisoning relate to industrial accidents involving high-level, often chronic workplace exposure to styrene gas or massive industrial spills. Now the low level of chemical migration from a consumer cup. Now we're getting somewhere. Occupational exposure studies. Occupational exposure studies. Moving forward in here, it says, in occupational exposure studies, the primary evidence for health risk comes from studies of workers in plastics and reinforced fiberglass industries. Who were exposed to high concentrations of airborne styrene over many years. These studies have found increased risk of certain cancers like leukemia and lymphoma. And nervous system disorders such as headaches, fatigue, and memory loss. That's heavy, y'all. Industrial accidents. Severe acute poisoning incidents involve industrial chemical releases. For example, a large styrene gas leak from a plant in Pakistan, India, spelled VISAKHAPATANM, India, in 2020 resulted in multiple passing aways and hundreds of injuries among the local community due to massive exposure levels. That's so messed up. Accidental ingestion of other substances. The primary documented cases of, quote, poisoning from a styrofoam cup generally involve cases where a toxic non-beverage chemical was mistakenly placed in an unlabeled identical cup and ingested, such as the 1999 OSHA report where an employee accidentally drank, oh my gosh, a cleaning chemical Virex that had been put into an unlabeled styrofoam cup. Now that's scary, guys. Working around in the chemicals, as far as being a custodial. I have experience of working in custodial. Cleaning toilets, a janitor. It's a fun job to me personally. So, sometimes the cleaning agents that they provide they don't hit like they're supposed to. You want the surface to become clean. So what do? You go to the cleaning department in the store and you write it off. You go to the cleaning part and you get the chemicals that work for you. And you write it off in the book, and then you concoct your own XYZ to make sure that the area you're cleaning, at least when you're cleaning on your shift, is going to be clean right. So having said that, sometimes working in custodial, we'll make our own mixture to assure that things are clean to our own liking. And if we don't have any empty bottles laying around so we can clean out and relabel, sometimes you will find it in cups, because you're just trying to move. Nobody's going to be back there, especially minors, because you're way in the back of the store, and that's not going to happen. So every once in a while you will see a setup like that, but that's kind of scary. So having said that, this story reminds me of that, where let me go back to the part where OSHA reports where an employee accidentally drank a cleaning chemical called Firex that had been put into an unlabeled styrofoam cup. Yikes. In summary, the trace amounts of styrene released into drinks are generally considered safe by regulatory agencies for occasional use, though many health and environmental groups still recommend avoiding them to minimize long-term exposure. So I feel better about this answer now that I found a better way to ask the question. So during my search, I did learn about the underbelly of the styrofoam cup, just like we learned about the underbellies of Jello. Yeah. Copper is a good material too. Really? Is it because it's one of those, isn't that considered a precious metal? So, eventually you'll be safely ingesting some of that while you drink in those types of cups. Let me write down a couple of things really quickly. I don't want to lose this thought. Just one moment, please. And cool. So thank you for that comment. I got my answers, and let me just, for me, out of curiosity, I want to confirm, or if I'm wrong, be corrected, if my thoughts on the drinking from that type of cup is beneficial to how I think. So just a moment, because those cups are pretty. I'm not even sure if Pier 1 Imports is still around, but I would usually see copper tableware there, like the salad plates and the tumbler cups, the small tumbler cups. I think they called them wine tumblers, but they were in the form of copper. It would be so pretty and beautifully displayed in Pier 1, but my mind goes to there in reference to the copper cups. Drinki from So I'm waiting for an answer to either confirm or deny, or support or debunk my logic. It says drinking from an online copper cup is safe and potentially beneficial practice when done in moderation with non-acidic liquids like water. Yeah, just water. Yeah, water definitely. You just want to talk about the water. So we have here, drinking from online copper cups is a safe and potentially beneficial practice when done in moderation and with non-acidic liquids like water. It's a practice rooted in traditional Ayurvedic medicine known as Tamra. However, improper use can lead to health risks, including copper toxicity. So yeah, moving forward, I've seen that done. And so if you do drink out of one of those cups, it's basically best only for water. Potential benefits: antimicrobial properties. Antimicrobial properties. Copper has a natural ability to 86 harmful bacteria, viruses, and fungi, known as oligidynamic effect. Y'all, these words. So just know it has a natural ability to 86 harmful bacteria, virus, and fungi. Storing water in a copper vessel for several hours, ideally 6 to 8, such as overnight, can help purify it. Essential mineral copper is an essential trace mineral that the body needs for various functions, including energy production, immune system support, and the formation of collagen and connective tissue. Now, are y'all aware of the copper sleeve like they have, like for the people who are in sports or who are of a certain age? They'll have this copper stuff that sports people wear, and it's supposed to have like these copper infusions in it to help naturally take the ailing pain from your body in a holistic way. So this is pretty cool. Thank you for bringing up that, because hey, it's helping me remind myself of some of the things that are interesting. So this is great. It aids in digestion. So drinking from a copper cup is a good thing. It aids in digestion if you are drinking water only from there. According to Ercerla, copper water can help detoxify and cleanse the stomach, promote pericentral muscle movement in the gut, and reduce inflammation. And lastly, antioxidant effects. Copper is an antioxidant that helps fight free radicals, which are linked to cell damage, aging, and chronic disease. So I'll have you know, I will be writing that down as a memo to myself. I've seen those around. Just for a moment, please. I'm going to write this down. All right, guys. Science is magic in itself. I totally agree on that. It's really fun, guys. It's just like when you cook in the kitchen. You guys, I get excited when I cook in the kitchen because you can turn nothing into something. And it just appears out of nowhere. For example, before I wrap this up, flour. Flour and water alone can make breads. It's a wonderful thing. So yeah, I had a really great time today, guys. I've got some things lined up pretty much all week, so I won't be making a bonus video today. I did keep my word, and I did make my bonus video yesterday. A lot of you guys did miss it. You guys did miss it yesterday, but that's all right, because I went on like way later in the evening. I think it was probably like 5 p.m. or something, because I had to rearrange things so everybody could win, and it worked out beautifully. So if you were looking for me, I did show up, but it was like way at a different time. I will not be making a bonus video today. I have other things to do, but brace for impact, because tomorrow it's the intentionally very long live stream show with Baskethead. And Baskethead will be on with the cool peeps for a long live stream with a 5-hour minimum of live streaming to heaven knows how long tomorrow. And they'll be watching Freebirds movie, talking about the movie. There will be some times on the intentionally very long live stream show where we're just gonna vibe to the music. There's gonna be music playing in the background. There's gonna be lights and stuff. So there might be moments in time where no action is happening. Baskethead might just be sitting there chilling, not talking, but just vibing to the music. So there's gonna be movie discussion, watching the movie, eating snacks, and just straight chilling. Thank you guys so much for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. You guys continue to enjoy your vacation. Be good to one another. And distance yourself from toxic people. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.